We're live. Might be a shorter stream today, since we're not going to start a park, actually. I want to look at some island generation stuff here. Thinking about, we're doing planning for the next park today. And that's going to include looking at some stuff here. Damn, some shit really laid the fuck out there for a second. Okay, so if we max out water, this still just spawns as like little lakes everywhere. Breaking everything. Does get us some weird stuff. Alright. Next question. Delivery zones. Can we make these modular? Doesn't really look like it, does it? Alright, so that's not going to work. So we need the right building piece that we can make modular that we're not going to use otherwise. So what would I use? Something small and unintrusive. Delivery zone would have been perfect. There's the cameras, but I'm sure those are not going to be modular either. Nests could maybe work, but they kind of are needed for other things. I wonder... Okay. We got to crack open a database here. So I need to find the right... A building that I can use to edit the cost, but it has to be modular. This is the problem. Let me check my notes. Construction task ID on build tab. Hey, Primal Gamer. You made it. We can do your park tour after I finish looking at this. So. Maybe gates? Okay, so, wait, classic gate. That's a tour. Oh, but you can't make a gate modular either. Hey, Mutasaurus, welcome to the stream. So I probably need to use... just a separate aesthetic of something. So, like, the viewing galleries... Yeah, because the buildings are set up differently. I'm trying to plan out a mod. So I was thinking about doing a park build where we have to buy sections of the map and using a modular building piece to like lay out an unlocked tile. But I don't know a good way. Like, I need to pick a building basically to mod to make it the default cost for unlocking a new map section. But it has to be modular so I can add the border to it. So it's kind of awkward because I don't know what a good one to use is. It almost certainly has to be a viewing gallery. You know what, let's start with an empty one. If we do a empty viewing gallery, a custom, like what does this count as? Because there's different kinds of viewing galleries. It just says viewing gallery. So I don't know which one I would mod. Because the database, I'm looking at the database files and they go by building set. Unless the modular one is like separate for some reason. I could do a marketplace facility maybe. That's kind of unutilized otherwise. But then I can just set every marketplace to be like price adjusted. About as intrusive as an empty viewing gallery. Actually, yeah, a viewing gallery would provide... the problem with the viewing gallery is it would provide visibility where it shouldn't be visible. Been doing a lot of Asian themed buildings lately. Very cool. Yeah, we need to do a good Asian themed park build at some point, but I'm really hoping we get like a Japanese dinosaur at some point in a DLC. You know, the boys right now going to a baseball game in the morning. Right on. So, if we lay out a square... I think a foundation would be bad, because it needs to be kind of height independent. Could do a wall, and then we could always expand it, or shrink it down. That might be a good way to do it. Thank you for the follow, Oshiraptor. Appreciate it. Next park build, Chinese Asian only park. Right on. Yeah, all the building aesthetic stuff is there for it. I just feel like it's a good park for me to save to fit with a DLC or something at some point. Can't tell where the edge is. I'm surprised it doesn't highlight. There we go. Yeah, now the problem is we'd always have to have a flat section. Oh, this is restricted, so this doesn't work. It can't be marketplace because it has to be something we can keep making.
Attention personnel. We have detected power.
Can't remember what continent Titanosaurus is from. Should be like India, I think, or something weird. It's very fragmentary. I think it's India. Damn it. How do I make this work the way I want it to? A gyro station could work because you'd be able to ignore it just by not setting up the trap. But then there'd be icons everywhere. It'd be kind of annoying. A custom repeater. That might work.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
Why can these not be merged? Oh, because that wasn't selected. They still cannot be merged. Why? Oh yeah, getting Tarbo back would also be very useful. Alright, let's just kill this, I guess. Let's redo it. I'll just do a miniature version. I'm not going to go ahead and make the whole big thing, I guess. Okay, yeah, so that works as a whole group.
Attention personnel. We
So
have
you would
detected
just
power outages across the site.
essentially manually
Available
place
personnel,
them to
please
define... Why did this one go crooked? To define the grid as you, like, expand it out. I guess you could use the repeaters to provide power to the sectors. Like, that's probably fine. Yeah. Sinosauropteryx, yeah, it's, I got a feeling we might be waiting a while to see him come back.
Attention personnel. We have
Yeah,
detected
so we
power
could...
outages across the site.
We could
Available
still
personnel, please
use
respond.
this on different terrain levels without it disrupting too much. It does disrupt. But it'll be a bigger box. It's also not a perfect square. Okay, so conceptually, that would be it.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
So the next thing to do, figure out if I edit the cost of this, does it work for the custom? Construction task ID 41. Here, I'll throw this up on stream. So I'm looking at the building database here. So construction task ID 41 is the repeater. That is a single thing. Cool. So tasks 41. We change this. All right, changes. So that should be edited. Don't have any true clarification of how the DLC species will be returning. Yeah, I think they want to keep their options open in case they don't bring some of them back. And in case they decide to charge us for some of them. Just making sure this shows as being... Yeah, okay, new date is correct. Awkward mess would be a baby Gigantoraptor. Yeah, that would be nice to see too. That'd be a good one. Alright, we're gonna exit the game briefly. I guess we'll save a test thing. I also want to test some income tax numbers. Hey, Reps, welcome to the stream. Test income tax later, though. That's a separate park build idea. Unrelated to this idea. Where's my thing? My readme. That got weird. There we go. So we go into content 0 main. We're just going to inject that database. And then hopefully the repeater stations cost $1 million a piece with the custom blueprint. Because I don't know how these interact. I don't know where the if the customs draw their price from the same place. They must, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise, but we're going to find out. Also probably want to figure out the actual size of the blueprint if this works, but that can also be done later. All right, 50% loaded. This always takes a minute. I should yeah, let's do the change to income tax here too. So where do I make that change? I don't remember now. Target ticket price. I think this is it. No, it's not. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll tour your park very shortly. We just gotta get this checked. Okay, this should be 50, 40 max incomes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I suppose we could put some stuff down in the river cruise for the showcase. Okay. This is fully loaded, maybe. Can never quite tell if it's actually done. I think it is. All right, injecting income tax change, injecting building database change. Saving. So the two park ideas, right? Tile man type run where we have to unlock little sectors of the map bit by bit by spending a bunch of money. But then trying to do a park with maximum income tax at all times. Just 100% proportion. Which I don't know if that's even possible. I'm curious with that one. I'm curious to see with 100% proportion what it actually is 100% of. $75%. Seven Hypsy, 5 Dryl, 3 Stego, and a couple babies. 2 Aloes, 5 Pato, 10 Stark, 4 Brock's with hatchlings. Leo would fit the Hellhole Park, yeah. Yeah, we'll probably do. I want to do the Tile Park first, so we'll probably use Leo and Draco in that just because they're new. Okay. OVL's been saved. Let's relaunch the game. The babies might be a little too tedious to do because it just takes too much time to like get them to all breed. But we'll see. Yeah, I maybe the male Leo will salvage that animal in some way. I think that's much more likely than it actually being fully redesigned, which some people think is a possibility. I think that's incredibly unlikely. I can't see them just throwing out a free Leo Pleurodon redesign. That seems exceedingly unlikely. All right. So, this still says 25. That's unfortunate. And it does not cost $1 million either. Yeah, and this is 25. So that didn't work. So maybe that part of the database is unused. Maybe those numbers aren't actually where these numbers are drawn from. In which case, I don't know how to make the mod, since it doesn't seem to actually do anything. Yeah, and that's also 25. Unfortunate. Okay. Task 41. Yep. I guess the only consideration would be if there was something else here that changed the number. Like maybe that number is connected with some other thing incorrectly. But it's not looking likely. So I think we're back to the drawing board on that one then. Okay.
I can tell that you'll be as excited about this task as I am. Get out there and hit it out the park.
Where is... Here it is. Oops. So without that database working, I don't think I know another... I don't think I have another idea on how to make a tile run work. Is it possible to mod the game so that buildings aren't constrained by being in or out of aviaries? Maybe. Probably, but I don't know how. Definitely, like, free build does that, right? The existing free build mods. Okay. So this is the river section here, then. We're doing a park tour of somebody else's park. Rommel Gamer's got his park completed here. So, where's the hatchery hiding? If we're gonna finish up the river sector, I don't want to look too closely at stuff until we do the tour proper, but yeah, this is that complexity limit for console. Obviously. Obviously it's console, not, you know. I don't remember what the fucking icon looks like for the hatchery. You did a lot of custom foliage. That'll probably do it. Seems pretty normal for lack of a better word. Yeah, I think Primal Gamer can chime in if it's different, but I think he got most of it done. It's just that couldn't put out all the animals he wanted. So there's the hatchery. All right. Do you have to demolish any of the early habitats? We'll see what you mean. Yeah, we'll check it out. Put on limited lifespan on. Yeah, I think it should keep the settings, but let's make sure. Yeah, unlimited. I think the settings are part of the save completely. All right, so where'd that list go? Let's copy this. Can I copy this straight? No, I can't. All right, so 7 Hypsy, 5 Dryo, 3 Stag, baby, 2 Aloe, 5 Apato, 10 Styrac, 4 Braki. Let's wait. Okay. All right, so what kind of Hypsies do you want? Do you have a preference on any of the combos? Also, is this with comfort turned off? Path in the parking lot? Okay, yeah, we'll start there. River cruise can be randomized? Okay. You can just check if the settings are what they are. Is comfort under gameplay? No. Social requirements are off. Comfort off, okay. Let's say hypothetically use mods to do things impossible in the game but don't break it, like having a park on Avery. Can you uninstall the mod and upload the park? I think so. I'm not sure though. So don't quote me on it. Stego. Which kind of Stego? Are you a Lost World kind of Stego person? Same with the aloes. Let's get the Apatos going. Why? Wait for that. Lost World? Okay. I mean, I figured, but, you know, I wouldn't want to assume. Oh, I didn't even hit go on the Apatos. Aloe, you'll just do world. So, world in the sense that it's got JWE in the title, or world in the sense that it's the Jurassic World Allosaurus? Technically, those could both be world.
Synthesis procedure complete.
Gotta have the pattern ones. Five Dryos. That's just the same guy. Three Stegs. Oh, this guy randomized into a knot. Oops. Didn't realize that randomized the variant. No, we got two.
Thank you.
Some underwhelming males in that band. Like that guy.
Synthesis procedure complete.
Alright, so where are these guys going? you actually like that female Lost World stego a lot? Nice. Is the so we got the front section here, and then are these all separate like segments here? So like 1, 2, 3. Is this all one enclosure? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that, well, carnivore feeder answers the one question there at the aloe, I suppose. They're all segmented. So who's supposed to go in this front section? Paddles go with the paras. Okay, great. Oh yeah, we gotta wait. I wish you could queue up multiple airdrop releases. It's kind of
Ladies and gentlemen,
annoying how
we are
it doesn't work
pleased
that
to
way.
welcome a Hypsilophodon to the park. Has commenced.
Transportation underway. Assets in the air.
This beautiful animal, the Hypsilophodon, was found in quite the fossil hotspot on the Isle of Wight. It's often been called the deer of the Mesozoic, but this scientist thinks we should be thinking of deer as the Hypsilophodons of the modern day.
More hypesies.
Synthesis procedure complete. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Stegosaurus to the park.
Transporting asset.
Do these three. How did I get Jurassic Park the game? I bought it a long time ago. I've probably had it since before Jurassic World came out.
To the park.
Asset transported.
So it's just still in my Steam account. I don't see the other animals. Well, this is the right area.
Heading to collect the asset. Asset requiring collection.
Alright, more stegos. Yeah, so this is like a bug, right? Surely. The fact that you get random variants when you do random per egg. And the cosmetic set is changed. Yeah. Same reason the babies don't work out right. You get random babies.
Synthesis procedure. Ladies.
You're talking about in my PC? Yeah, it's on my Steam account.
To welcome a Hypsilophodon
Jurassic Park the game has
to
just
the park.
been like it's a PC game originally. Not sure if I'm missing something on the question. Okay, well that was really unlucky. We'll do one of the blanks, I guess. That's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Hypsilophodon to the park.
Transportation underway. Asset transportation underway. Confirming asset delivery. Heading to pick up the asset.
Incubation complete. The
Asset has been transported.
This is the front section. Yes, we
Asset delivered. Asset requiring collection. Heading to collect the asset.
Alright, we did one batch of Styrax. We get a second one of those.
synthesis procedure complete. Incubation
Transportation
personnel,
underway.
please stand by.
Transportation.
It's good mail.
Complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
It's combat awe. Yeah.
Asset has been collected. Transportation underway. Asset transportation complete. Commencing asset transit. Asset has been delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Dryosaurus
Asset
to the
has been
park.
collected.
Okay. So, yeah.
Asset delivery confirmed. En route to collect the asset. En route to pick up the asset.
Brockies. Which Brocky variant? Need more Styracos still.
Incubation complete.
Asset delivery
Prepare
confirmed.
asset for release. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Apatosaurus to the park.
Asset has been collected. En route to collect the asset. Asset delivery
Synthesis
confirmed.
Alright, one female, one male of, wait. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Apatosaurus to the park.
Asset transportation complete. Delivery has been completed.
Oh, yeah, this is the
Acknowledging asset collection request.
enclosure part. I guess either way, we're gonna get a mixture. So I might as well start these.
Asset transported.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Allosaurus to the park.
Assets in the air. Asset delivery confirmed.
Did you have a preference though, Primal, for the Brockies? Which one do you want?
Asset transportation complete. En route to pick up the asset. Asset to be collected.
Okay, just making sure these guys are all where I expect them to be.
Incubation complete.
Asset in transit.
Prepare asset for release. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Styracosaurus to the park.
Transportation complete. Asset transported. Transportation underway. Asset collection request received.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, Ciaran, how's it going?
Confirming asset delivery. Asset
Welcome to the stream.
in progress. Acknowledging asset collection request. Asset delivery confirmed.
Park is dedicated to your mom. Yeah, I saw the description.
Transportation complete.
ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Styracosaurus to the park.
Asset in transit. Commencing asset transit. Heading to pick up the asset. Acknowledging asset collection request.
Ladies,
Alright, well, if there's no preference, I'll use my own judgment, I guess. In this case, few threes. Could always do a mix. I'm surprised that they're different base skins. They're very similar. I suppose they're a little different. Took a tour of my Smithsonian Zoo not too long ago. Nice, nice. Glad to see somebody's enjoying it.
incubate.
The bulky ones make for good males, the JP3 ones. That one's got some good stripes on them. That one's a regular. Let's do that, I suppose.
Asset
Transportation
procedure
in progress.
complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by.
We'll get these guys out, then we'll start the tour video. I guess we'll do it on foot.
We are pleased to welcome a Styracosaurus.
Just kind of explore it from, like, the ground.
Transit has commenced.
We can like ride the rides, I guess, and do it like that.
Underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Styracosaurus to the park.
Asset transported. Collecting asset.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Brachiosaurus to the park.
I'm gonna not breed the babies. Don't know, the nest will feel out of place. I don't know, where I should put stuff down, so it'll also just be quicker.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Okay, we've got our parking lot.
Asset has been collected.
Looks like we go that way.
Asset delivered.
All right. Let's start here, actually. Let's go to the workshop. We'll pull it up here to start the video with. If OBS stops lagging, give it a second. All right, there it goes. All right, today's video is a little different. We're going to be touring a park that I did not make. This is the Kelly Lynn Paleo Gardens by Primal Gamer. So yeah, this is where you can find it on the workshop. There's the name. There's Primal Gamer's workshop ID. Be sure to give them an upvote. It's your duty as a viewer. So we're going to do this, I think, on foot.
Asset delivery confirmed.
We'll just start here in the nice little parking lot, which is not conducive to foot traffic. Let's start over here. Let's not start in the parking lot. There we go. The collision's a little weird in first-person mode, it seems. Immediately, a very interesting and immersive entrance. The open walkways feel very zoo-like. I do like this. A lot of detail put in. The signage is appreciated. Highway in the middle of the Costa Rican jungle. I mean, you got to get to the park somewhere, right? It's also nice just touring a park in like first-person mode. You can hear the animals before you see them. Now, I should say this park butts up against complexity limits, and I went ahead and finished up his intended roster, putting a few more animals in the boat tour. So if you download it, you will see slightly less animals than you will see in this video, eventually, maybe. I always appreciate a good Parasaurolophus statue. Ah, 2 bathrooms. Less lines. Perfect. You're not seeing any lemurs? It's not that kind of park, man. Now, I guess the question is, when we're on first-person mode, and I'm not familiar with the park build, how difficult is it going to be for me to find attractions? I suppose this is an entrance. Can I actually go through here? Oh no, I'm trapped. The park is closed. I guess it is night out. We'll have to leave. Ooh, I like the waterfall over there. Ah, yeah, we didn't buy our admission ticket. Of course. Of course, that was the problem. 1 ticket, please. All right, thank you. We're not even in the park yet. We're at the ticket booth. And practicing your building, that's important. It's an important thing to do. I like the integration of the statues into the edges. It's very, very much zoo vibes. No swimming. Aw, man. Wait, hold on. Can I? If we do this... Ha! You can't stop me. Breaking the law. All right, let's go jump the turnstile. Here's the view of the entrance plaza from the air. You've got yeah, there's the title, the nice dinosaur skeleton behind it. I like the archway. That's very nice. Ah, with some tables and chairs. Those are what they're called. Sitting there too. All right, jumping over back to first person. Now that we have acquired our ticket. Oh, can we go in here? The hitbox does not allow us. Yeah, putting like signs and stuff like this in makes the experience of touring the park from the ground feel much more immersive. It feels more like a real zoo that way. Definitely a lot of those small details I've always neglected in my parks. Okay, we can go that way, or we can go this way. We got some shops. The cliff edge there on the map border actually looks pretty nice. Just looking at, the park down below it. We need some like we need like an immersive map, like a small kiosk that actually has a map that like replicates the layout of the park in small, so you can figure out where to go. Humble beginnings. Well, that seems like a good direction for us to head. I like the bamboo lining the side of the building. That's a good look. The Triassic. That's where my guys are. The desert vibe of the deco there works pretty well for the sign. Herrera. We should we're on fast speed. Let's go on regular speed for the true immersive experience. There we go. Come back. Definitely like the attention placed for the animal environments. Both the landscaping is really good. Having the little like areas that feel like they are, kind of paced back and forth by the animals, and then these rock outcroppings that the trails kind of like loop around. The variety of plants is really well done, and then you get the little animal enrichment things and the shade shelters and stuff add a lot to it. I also appreciate the use of all the custom fences. I find building custom fences to be pretty tedious and frustrating. I really wish we had like a dynamic fence tool would be cool. If you could design like a segment of fence and the game would just let you use that to lay out an entire fence without you having to put each individual segment down. Maybe that's a little too ambitious, but it's the kind of thing I would think would benefit the game a lot. Oh, cool. Yeah, this park is excellent. I like the, what is it, like a Joshua tree? I don't live in the desert. I live in Wisconsin. We don't have these. I'm getting stuck on the rock. I got free somehow. Just tucked in the corner like that is a good look. Did you know? And the Permian Palace over there. Cool. Got Coelophysis down there behind the rock somewhere. There he is. Why am I moving? The game is forcing me back from the fence. Let's check out the Permian Palace. See if we can walk in the door. Nice. You can never be too sure that the doors are going to let you in. If only Platyosaurus was thinking, do tell me about it. Why do we not have Platyosaurus? We should do, yeah, a little hide UI action. Vaporeon? Yes, true. Ah, Nostro. Ball's bigger than the Lystrosaurus. Do not feed the animals. Synapsids. True. No dinosaurs here, only synapsids. What we got over here? Ma'am, how you doing today? Wish you could build this well. Me too. Yeah, more transparent glass would be good too. Oh, I could see behind the door. We detect anybody with our UI powers. Just glad you could do it this well considering it's a PS5 controller. Yeah, doing this on controller, I can't imagine. I get fiddly enough trying to align things on a PC, and if I had to do it with a controller, I think I'd lose my shit. Nice. Sauropod Swamp.
For your added
They're gonna get it on in the sex lane.
kayaks are made of an incredibly durable
Well, that's cool. I really like the hanging skeleton.
forces well beyond those you may encounter.
That's a good shot as you come down the path here. Seeing that ahead of you. The river cruise. The lights add a lot. I didn't even know you could do that. We'll take a boat ride in a second. Let's look in here though. Yeah, that's cool with the skeleton up there. That's like the Chicago Field Museum. They have a Spinoskeleton hanging above the seating area at like the entrance. This build was Evo squared? Okay. You definitely got to use other people's buildings to speed your stuff up. If you have to make every building from scratch, you're going to be there. Forever. Alright. I guess we control this manually. I've never been kayaking. My friends try to get me to go, and I'm like, I don't know about that. That's not for me. Although, now, if I was going kayaking in a dinosaur park, that would be the place to do it.
Was ein Tier direkt vor Ihnen erscheinen, warten Sie bitte, bis es wieder verschwunden ist.
I like the, this got a really good swamp vibe with the mangroves and these lily pads and stuff. Tour won't organically go. For some reason, you can only do it manually. The boats are pretty weird. It might be like a hitbox collision thing somewhere that makes it act strange. We need Ferris wheels. Yeah, I think a few kind of rides like that would go far. Like, multiple people have asked for the Bone Shaker from Jurassic Park the game. Like, having a basic roller coaster of some kind would be pretty cool. Ferris wheel. Just wish it wasn't so slow. Yeah, it is pretty slow. Was that the Hypsy exhibit back there? Didn't notice anybody running around, but it's just a moody swamp tour. The ambiance is nice, though, of the animal sounds. Like the boat, you know, adds to that whole sound. Entrance pool for realism to negate more escape attempts. Right on. There's something there. Is it just a plant? Yeah, it's just a plant. I hear them. They're here somewhere. I hear their little grunts. Do you think that people do this actual Spinosaurus in Jurassic World? I mean, technically we don't know if, you know, they used invisible fences or something to contain them away from the kayak, but still, yeah, letting a kayak that close to a Spinosaurid of some kind, a barrier or suco, feels dodgy. There's a guy! Hypsy in the mangroves. Their footsteps are almost louder than they are. There's another one. It's following us. Do we go backwards? Because there's another path on the other side. Yeah, the invisible fences probably wouldn't stop a predator that really wanted you. Birds and glass, yeah. Drosaurus. And a stego right ahead. Nice. We're seeing all the animals. It's not like real Jurassic because we actually get to see the dinosaurs on the tour. So glad they added Hypsy. Yeah, I like the Hypsy. I will defend him. A lot of people called him a reskin Dryo, and that ain't true. He's got different bodily proportions. He feels a lot lower to the ground because his legs are a bit shorter. Oh, nice. It's a good shot of the stego there coming out. I really, really wish you could keep the animals limited to their variants when they're breeding. Because I like the Lost World Stego so much more than the Jurassic World one. Better patterns on the Hypsy, yeah. The Dryo's not bad, but... Malocephaly skin? Maybe. Well, we made it through the Stego exhibit without getting murdered. That's good. Like the reeds here along the sides. And that the waterway feels like more open now, which makes sense for like an area that's got larger animals. Yeah, more European representation. Another good reason for Ipsy to be in the game. Also, it's a novel species alongside Dryos, so both should be there. But I'll always advocate for the novel animals, even when they're a little redundant. All right, well, we should be looking for an aloe here. I can see the meat enrichment up there under the shelter. I guess the upside of a manually controlled boat over a tour car is you could just stop the boat and wait for them to show. You wouldn't trust the guests to not intentionally get killed by the dinosaurs? Yeah. Start pulling insurance scams. People just running up and like slapping a stego so they can sue. They just get knocked into next week. I hear the stomping. Oh, there's one up on the hill. This is something I want to do more of in one of the upcoming park builds. Use elevation more for the animals. Because I like the look of that like rock ledge behind the tree and see it, just like seeing the aloe in the distance up on the hill, kind of. It's a good look. Oh, there they both are. Inside of each other. Ruining the illusion. Get out of there. People are watching. You can't do that on YouTube. Some real zoo inspo from your volunteer work. Put food in scenic spots, ensure good viewing. Yeah. She's coming around. Or he. I forget. I always forget what the Big Rock Aloe, which one's the male. I think that's actually the male there, because the females are the spicier ones. Crash the zoo in the lion habitat and the wings have AC, so they sleep near the glass? That's wild. That's why you don't give lions a plane to fly. Yeah, no, JWE3, for all the nitpicks and criticisms I've especially recently levied at the game, like, creatively speaking, there's no competition with the other ones. The only argument for JWE2 is management. The economic balancing is just better in 2, and that's really it. And I guess you can make some roster arguments depending on which animals you feel are more important than others, but yeah. Somebody's dying. That's non-canon. Don't worry about it. The Parasaurolophus, a classic. This should be the main herbivore enclosure, so we should have a good range of animals to see here. We'll probably end the kayak section of the tour after this, rather than loop all the way back, because it doubles back through the exhibits. You really can't do a boat tour without having para on it. It's got to be there. Someone dying is canon? Maybe. Need the toy update? These enrichment items being custom made. It's an unnecessary percentage in the console version. Yeah. And they're probably made of a lot of individual pieces, right? So I don't know exactly how all that works, but I would assume that makes it worse. Wish you had a zoo near you. Yeah, seeing a big zoo is pretty cool. Not to like rub it in or anything, but I like that the paras are kind of hanging out there on like a sandbar or a beach. It's kind of fun. Coincidental because they could be anywhere. Oh, Styrax. We got a Brachii in the distance. We gotta go over and check out the Styrax. My favorite Ceratopsian. Got a nice male. I think I've upset them. They don't like boats. Your local zoo's still an hour and 20? Damn. Always a nice view seeing a Brachii come out of the tree line like that. Couldn't do the sauropod house you wanted? Is that because the complexity limit caught up to you? You just didn't have the amount of space left to do it? There's one para over here, just hanging out by himself. Oh no, there's more than one. Or maybe this is the group crossing over from the other side. A nice apatosaur-sized house. Everybody's just scared of boats. Like, the animals spread out and don't clump as much. I wish they had it, like, varied a little bit by the animals. Like, when I have Gallimimuses, I kind of want them stampeding around in a cluster. But then when I have other animals, I want them spread out more. A baby! It's just kind of, yeah, I don't even know. We're not going to find out what's dying. Nothing is dying. Don't look at that part of the screen. That's not happening. Things like that, though, like little AI tweaks to different animals, like the rate at which they want to herd versus like wander off on their own, would help. Yeah, there's the babies. Two of them right there, and a third one behind us. Getting right underfoot. Nobody look. Give them privacy. You done yet? Ah! Well, we began with the paras in this exhibit, and we end with the paras. That's a good, we brought it full circle. That's a good way to do it. I'm just chasing this baby. I'm gonna get arrested. Alright, let's get back to the footpath. So, here's the overview of the boat tour. Oh, it is a Hypsilophodon over here trying to die. Well, maybe we can grab... Oh, he's probably gonna be fine. But yeah, we came this way, so we went out here. Through the Hypsies, then through the Stegodryo, Aloe, and then back around this way. So we were on this path. There's the... Oops. Okay. So yeah, there's the sky, the overview of it. Looks good from the air too. Like it has a good sense of like, you know, river delta, like spreading out of the river and stuff to it. If those words make any sense. Here's the boathouse. Yeah, then we had the... What was in this incident? Ah, this was outdoor Dimetrodon area. That's why we didn't see them, because we saw them both in the house before. That's why they didn't come out here. So yeah, this is the fence area that we walked in front of. This was the boathouse. Coelophysis and Herrerasaurus exhibits. Both having a nice desert vibe. Very cool. Okay. And then this was the central area, and then we have other stuff over there. So let's get back to the ground level about here. Just not food by that Hypsilophodon? Yeah, maybe. If we see more crop up, we might need to save them. Where it says that the babies had the right gender color. 2 boys are green and the females are brown. I always liked the headcanon idea that the difference between like the Lost World and JP3 parasaurs is that the JP3 ones are during breeding season, so they've like changed color from brown to green. I thought that would have been a cool concept to like canonize, but it's just a fan theory. Vet office tubes. Anybody need to use the bathroom while we're here? Go now. Yeah, the Moros are always really bad about starving. That's just their thing. Myosora? I see a baby running around in there. Yeah, the forest walk here is really nice. It's a Vileplume. Like, it does a good job of feeling like a zoo, but also still feeling Jurassic Parky, because it's all very jungly and there's a lot of rock and stuff. It's a good way of, like, mixing the aesthetics almost, in a way. Type C has a skill issue. Felt natural to have the good mother lizard in your mother's park? Yeah. Myosora deserves to be in a lot of parks. It got a hell of a glow up in this game. Moros versus Dying Ant, who wins? The Moros probably just trips and kills itself. The baby's just zooming everywhere. It's a good zoo moment. Oh, I like the eggshells. That's a nice detail. That's really good. Okay, so we got something over there, or we got this direction. Yeah, Ant wins by default. Site entrance. Oh, this is backlot stuff? Yeah. There's the hatchery. What kind of nerd would be sitting on a bench by the hatchery? There's dinosaurs out there. Why are you here? Get in the park. Go look at things. You gotta, give them a little shit every now and then. Maya's your mom's favorite dinosaur. It's a good one. It's a good pick. God, where's this footpath going? Employees only. The door's locked. We can't get in. You actually made it work for nighttime, and that affects the piece count? Yeah. I'm not going to cut you any slack, unfortunately. I wonder if they had a way to, like, pre-combine pieces together so that they stop being separate assets when you loaded them into the park. If that could be a way for them to get around, like, the complexity meter a bit. Sauropelta and what, Chasmosaurus in the back, it looks like. Like, pre-combines are a thing for games like Fallout to help it, you know, load in a relatively reasonable time. Like, theoretically, Troodon enclosure, theoretically, you could use something like that too in this game to, like, make it work better. But I suppose converting solitary assets into a pre-combined piece, having the player control that maybe requires a little more tech than they're willing to come up with. I don't know, something like that, with my limited experience in game dev, feels like it would be useful. I like these are clearly custom-made drinking fountains. That is a lot of work for such a small thing. I like the little raptor fountain piece being used as the drinking head. A lot of habitat buildings have interiors too. Yeah, that'll also sink you. Yeah, like, even the glass on, like, the actual, like, domes and stuff is rather foggy. I feel like even the default glass should be a little better to look through. It's kind of just a little rough. The classic sound. So I think we had another fork in the road. We could have went a different direction. Why are they so stompy? Stuck. Okay, I got through. I feel like they need to tune down the footsteps a little bit. I feel like the footsteps of the Psittacosaurus should not be the most obvious sound right now. But at least they aren't leaving giant dust clouds behind them. Could be worse. The Tyranno Tunnel. I passed an area? Oh, what'd I miss? Ooh, that's really hard to see, unfortunately. That's a bit better. There's the Rexes. Oh yeah, you can zoom in this camera mode. I remember that. The striping on the Rex looks really nice from like from this angle. And a juvenile. Oh, they knocked their thing over there, maybe. That's funny. Is he just like watching out for the other one? Just watching him while they sleep?
This illustrious theropod is one of the world's most iconic dinosaurs, and among the largest.
Ah, this is mostly because this is looking at a wall.
Ever walked the earth.
Alright, what did we miss here? Protons. So we got the Ornithomimus. We got all this we haven't seen yet. Where did we come from? We came from here? Yeah. Basically going the wrong way in this area? Oh, okay. We still got a lot to look at. Oh, this is very much like the kind of exhibit I've seen at a zoo. Who's in there? Oh, I see a stegosaur. Couldn't tell which one in the back there. Behind the fern. Thagomizer. I got the aviary. And the refill station. You always gotta have one of those. Can I sneak in? Oh, don't fit. Did I see the King's Trail area? I think I missed that. I kind of just picked a direction and started walking. Where's the actual entrance to like the aviary? Or is it just like, oh, well, they're as dark as you can see them anyway? Huh. There we go. Found it. Found it myself.
During most of your tour, the appropriate information will be automatically.
Turns out these guys were in the Rebirth script. That the
Simply touch the
pets
area
we
of
got
screen displaying
in
the
Rebirth
appropriate
was
icon.
probably originally planned to be Thanatos Draken. Which is interesting. Alright, where was this King's Trail we missed? Is that over here? Just guessing. Whoa. Oh man. Okay, so we came this way? Yeah, that's the Troodon. That's the backlot stuff. There's the Rexes. Oh, that didn't happen. That's not canon. Is it this way past the Tyranno? Where the ornithomimus is. Ah. Okay. Well, we'll head over that way. Oh, nice. You can see the Rex just barely. Oh, is that a... looks like a Triceratops? A fake Triceratops? A little enrichment item. There's the other one. Cool. Souvenirs. Oh, jeez. That's a good shot. Very cool. Glad they could put on a show for us. Would like to make Jurassic World South America when we get Ile Saint-Hubert. Yeah. It would work, you know, we'll get a map with it probably, so it would be useful for that. You're in Rex country. Cool, 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 cool. Backlot stuff. The bones in the cave are a nice detail. Rexes can walk in their moat for privacy. Yeah, I figured that's what that was with that first Rex we saw. From what kind of head height. It was down in the moat. It's kind of fun to actually have to look for the animals. It makes it feel like a real zoo, you know? Bunch of trikes, including some babies.
Squaring off against its fierce rival Tyrannosaurus Rex, have captured the imaginations of adults and children alike for many a decade.
Good interior building view. The Trike House. Even these like little sectioned off like employee walkways add a lot to the vibe too. These are good. Make it all feel more real. All right, let's take to the air again. So this puts us right next to the, ignore that, that didn't happen. Right next to the river area there. So Trike House. So the guest buildings, here's the Rex exhibit from the air with the little moat around the front. This great little crate Triceratops. And there's the building proper. Then yeah, this way was the aviary. Did we miss anything else in this corner then? We did, yeah. All this back here we haven't seen. So that comes off there. Let's do this back corner first. Maybe? The actor that spits out facts about dinosaurs is voiced by William Roberts, the man who did the audiobook for the first JP novel. That's cool. I didn't know that. Is this, yeah, that's the Stego exhibit there. Not Stegosaurus, but, Stegosaurid, Chungkings. Where did I miss the side panel? Like... So I put the camera down there. That's the aviary. Here's Pat. Anki, Hell Creek, Herbivore Hab, and the Ornithomimus. Yeah. Well, we got to do the whole middle part of the park still. This is a nice walk. All the bamboo sections make me think a bit of the Smithsonian, because they got a nice bamboo trail going into the Asian section. It's pretty cool. Cave viewings.
Icon.
Fantastic animal, the Guanlong. Really nice animal. Nice for it to be here exactly when we went inside. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the dead dino's a hypesy, but that didn't happen. It's non-canon. He's alive in our hearts. Oh, it's the back of the Chungking exhibit. Nice. I like the little pond here. The plants are losing their mind a little bit. Well, we've been here for like 2 days. The sun's gone down again. Okay, that's the Guanlongs again. That's a bathroom. Pompey. Love the cave at night, yeah. Hear them everywhere. There's one. What we got in here? Hard to toggle highlight when you're in the galleries. South America.
Of the screen displaying the appropriate icon.
Well, there's the Marga over there. Deep water at multiple elevations in Zootekken 2. I don't know. I still haven't played it. Well, they're in there somewhere. Not every animal is going to put on a show. Oh, you can crouch. How about that? And you can run? Oh shit, wait, I could run this whole time? I didn't even look. I didn't even notice on the UI that there was a button for that. Just maximum speed. Yeah, they're over there. Still can't see them. Well, there we go. So close the tail is right here. Get the face through with first person view and there's an interior. Oh, in this building here? How do I do that? Oh, the micro house. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Can the Okay, I got myself inside at least one set of doors. I can't tell where I am though. Okay, so that's probably the exhibit side there. Hold on, and here. Can I put it just through the roof? Yes, that works. Okay, okay. Yeah, there's a little guy. Melocephaly and a juvenile. A bunch of them coming in. Cool. Is there anybody in this little tiny section? Or is it for the vibes? That's compies. I suppose I would see them like this with the UI on. They would get highlighted. Yeah. All right. Very cool. Yeah, more like enterable buildings that worked better, that weren't a little awkward to get inside of would be fun. Like, this works well once you figure out how to get inside, but it'd be nice if the game was a little smoother transitioning into them. So yeah, moroses were here. And there are micros in there too. So that's all one exhibit there. And I'm assuming these guys were... Specifically, this doorway here was the morose. And you can't really see them much from here. You can see them, but they're small. Yeah, the tour is great. It's fun to tour a park this way. Like, when you don't know what you're going to see, it's an interesting way to do it. So that was it for this section, right? Yeah, that gets us to the end. So yeah, from the air then, this was the micro house. Amargas were back here. Rushed all through this way. And then we had the Chung King and the Guanlong in their little cave. Could we take a peek in the cave? Yeah. Fun. Go on a little adventure. Sneaking into the exhibit. Cool. Yeah, the tour in parks like this is pretty fun. We got to do more of these. Submit your parks if you have ones you're proud of. All right, so where's the last section? So this stuff here, Ornithos, Ankies, Trikes, and the various Pachycephalosaurs. So that is back in there. There's probably a path that splits off that way then. Can you go this way? Cool. You can actually walk around the amenity in the first person mode. It's pretty neat. Well, you can't go this side. Okay, so we went this way before. To the left of the Troodon viewing glass. Come on, Sora. Maximum speed. The Troodon were still up here, right? Or am I misremembering? Good look at the Chasmo. That's a nice, that's a very nice frill on that guy there. Ah, was it this branch? Yeah, there's the Troodon. Yeah, there's the Cadence Trail. It's an appropriate sign. We'll take our time now. No more sprinting. We're out of breath. That's a lovely Ornithomimus. I really like the blue. That really stands out well at a distance. There's a rendering's getting a little weird, huh? No, we startled him. Honestly, the game does a surprisingly good job with the sound mixing of making it feel fairly immersive walking around like this. I don't think I've ever really given it credit for that before. And now we definitely have more reason to walk around like this. It's a nice shot. Pachycephalosaurus and Monosaurus is the Hell Creek stuff. Stiggies. You better get going? Alright, we'll catch you later, Siren. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, release free. Yeah, I guess the it's when the camera rotates more, the textures go low res on me. Interesting. Oh, let's release ourselves. The diner. It's also just fun to see like other parts of the park kind of in the backdrop. It always adds an interesting feel to things. Yeah, did we miss anybody else in here? No, it looks like we got kind of everybody. Ah, the Yankees. Yeah, we didn't see those guys. And that is because they're over here somewhere. There we go. All these logs probably filled all the complexities. Yeah, maybe. A lot of logs. But it looks good. It's always the trade-off, right? Oh, and another view of the Hell Creek exhibit. And some headbutting going on right there in front of us. Very nice. Yeah, good sight line here. Ah. Nice little Anki hut. Yeah, I think that might be a lot of logs. Yeah, just like the placement of the vegetation and like the more open like walking areas and stuff adds a lot. I definitely have a lot of exhibits I make that are just here's some plants splashed around the area. Oh, is there anything else to see this direction? Ah, this loops around to the Triceratops house. Okay. Well, I think we've seen everything now. Here's the Hell Creek exhibit from the air. Got a good creek bed, dried out creek bed look to it, which is appropriate. Edmano checking out the enrichment item, if only. Oh, yeah, the Anki Dome and exhibit here. And they got their own little house back here. Ah, we can even go inside. I was just curious what was tucked over here, but it's just equipment. Find the shiny baby Stiggy. Alright. Go look for that in a second. Here's a little ornithomimus area. And their little barn. Yeah, so that's kind of everything in that little center section. Alright, shiny baby Stinky. Who do we got? We could just, of course, scroll through them, but where's the fun in that? Can't tell which ones are actually juvenile. I wonder what they look like. Would I willing to go to a crappy zoo but have prehistoric animals? You bet. Hell yeah. Okay, that's definitely juvenile. So they're about that big. Or is he the shiny one? Because he's the only one I found. What is wrong with you? Why are you blue? There's a blue, a more vibrant one. Oh yeah, because everybody else is pretty gray. If it was just like 3 different kinds of ammonites, I mean, I'd probably be less inclined to go in that case, yeah, if it was just a few ammonites. Alright. Well, there's a nice look at it from above. There's a pretty good, like, view of it here. Because you get a few of the buildings, you can tell the valley's pretty well filled. A few dinosaurs in the front. Alright, well that'll be it for this tour. So yeah, if people like this kind of video, definitely let me know. We can do more of these. We can tour more people's parks. And yeah, once again, make sure you check out Primal Gamers Park on the workshop and give them a thumbs up. Till next video. Gonna save off the Vista shot here, I think, for the thumbnail. You can even see like the aviary way in the background in this shot. It's pretty good. All right, let's check out. Let's go to the Smithsonian Park real quick and check out where the income tax is at now that I made some changes to income tax here. Park definitely needs some tweaks before. Okay. Yeah, just let me know when you get it finished, Mutosaurus. We can take a look at it. You can request your mom's service paras. Okay, we can go back and take a screenshot with some paras. We'll load back in after we check check what the income tax numbers look like here. Yeah, I figured tomorrow was the wrong word there, so yeah, my park looks like shit now. Comparatively. Alright, so finances. So income tax is $742 here. I don't even know if this change actually works. I've never actually... I don't know if I've ever actually checked it. Where are all my pens? Hello, pens? There's a pen. 742,143. So that almost exactly matches the amenity income. Let's let it run because it might need to update. I am losing money quickly. Okay, yep. Minus 99% this month. Youch. Okay, so now it's gone up to 845. Income tax. And then these other fees. Basically exactly cancels it out. So it looks to me like the income tax is... Yeah, so the income tax is being applied to profit, right? You're making this much money, then you take out the expenses, and then the rest becomes income tax. Except we're consistently losing money, so that's not even necessarily true. Yeah, we're losing like 30k a tick. But it works. Because we definitely weren't playing with this much tax before. Which is great. Now the question becomes, can you actually play the game like this? That's... You would have to make all your money off of like contracts. I was originally curious if like some of the like the amenity stuff if it would be counted correctly, but it definitely looks like it's counted correctly. Okay. So I'll have to think about this, if we can make a park out of this. I have a feeling 100% is not going to be viable, but... We could try like 95% or something, maybe. All right, let's get that thumbnail. I could also just do my next, like, more sandboxy park build idea. I would like to do the tile one, though. I just can't figure out a good way to do it. Mom and a baby pair would be appropriate? Okay. We'll find them. Could share workshop codes on Discord? Yeah, I mean... You can definitely do that. I could do that. Other people could do that. I'm not sure if you mean something specific or just generically speaking. But, So we got a few babies here. Yeah, those are the only babies. Okay. He's being silly. I've never seen them do this before. I wonder if that's... Is that intended or is that a glitch? Whoa, I got lost in the weeds. Like, this might just be because the physics bug out. Like, his tail is a little weird right now, right? Might be why his tongue is hanging out, but it's pretty funny. I just want to get a shot of it. This is pretty funny looking. So I just want a shot of this, not necessarily the thumbnail. Just one to save for the archives. Just a little derp. Since Goat Simulator. Yeah. So that's one of the males. I've actually not looked at the male para very much. It's got a lot of color going on there, surprisingly. Alright, let's see. He's still sticking his tongue out. Does he just do that? Is that just a thing they do? That's really funny if that's actually just a thing they do. We need like what else do we put for like a background? Like the rock would make for a good backdrop. Whoa, fly, go away. Maybe. We could try to do something with like the mangroves. Oh jeez. we're in the abyss. Weird. That's not a bad shot with like the two paras like neck and neck kind of. I think that's a decent one. You can save that one as a candidate screenshot. Or like the running shot. That's maybe not a bad one either. You got one kind of sitting in the background, couple drinking, trees kind of in the way, but it's got a vibe to it. Feel free to use your screenshots in the Discord. Okay. Yeah, is there any ones that stood out to you on the Discord? You have like a favorite? Oh yeah, you got like a good like one kind of with like the baby interacting with the adult. Oh, a few actually. Yeah, I think you've got 3 better ones than anything I've found so far. You like the first and the last 2. Yeah, I like the last one with like the baby underneath the legs. That one's pretty funny. And the adult like trumpeting above it. Looks like it's being protective. Second to last one's good too, though. I think I like the last one because it shows off more of the environment too. I think that's good because you get a good look at like the waterway in the back and like the cliffs and stuff. Now this gets the structure here, but jeez. Yeah, I think we'll use one of the Discord screenshots. I think I'll use that last one of the parasaur. Some freaky babies, yeah. They're derping pretty hard. Alright, if I start a sandbox part, theoretically. Why is this? Oh, because I set that to creative. Oops. Income tax high. Let's see how long it takes us to run out of money here. Because not only did I set income tax to 100%, I set it to start like immediately. Interesting. Okay, so the map. Can I actually build on the beach in this one? Very interesting. I can. It's actually kind of cool. We should definitely do a park like this at some point, where we actually use the beaches. Yeah, we're gonna actually try and like start a park and see if it's possible. I can decide where to put my friggin' control center. The party might be cooked. Putting stuff on the hill was a bad idea. Gonna hop off? Alright, catch you later, Muto. Thanks for coming by. Two, three, 5, 1, 2, and 4. Do we start with a mono or do we start with something like Galley? I don't even know who's a good starter in this game, like competitively speaking. Maybe we'll do it Monto. Imagine the commute, yeah. 224 gets us welfare, and we have a geneticist. That's not bad.
Today.
Okay, income tax is 0 because there's no income, so that tracks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our magnificent animals.
Your attention, please. This attraction is complete
What a great park.
inconvenience caused.
So that one's complete. That one's a 5. It's supposed to be to 64. There's no like downside in spending my money on scientists, technically. Since income tax is seemingly actually profit tax and not income tax. Yeah, I have no idea. Monosaurus might be garbage. It wouldn't really surprise me if it was.
Your attention, please. Extraction is currently closed.
We should be doing a contract. I guess I should have technically waited before I got that scientist if I wasn't going to go dig the rest of it right away, but whatever.
Synthesis for
Client is exhausted or publicity rate. Yeah. That was cool though. That was a first dinosaur contract. It's kind of interesting. 9 minutes on fuel.
your attention, please.
I'm gonna leave that active. We're gonna send a group out ASAP. Still no income to actually test income tax.
Incubation complete. Prepare asset for release. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Edmontosaurus to the park.
There goes income tax. Contract done.
Efficiency like you've shown can only be the marker of great ambition. I think you and I share that quality.
Ladies and gentlemen, our restroom is now open to use for whenever nature calls.
We need to bring in some more cash. See, I'm a simple man.
Oh
I
yeah,
see a higher
probably
number in our bank account. I
could
get
have
a jolt
done
of
this.
happiness.
Shit,
And I like those jolts.
got distracted. Please don't break my fence. Fuck. Don't do it. Hey, stop that. Hey.
At this rate, you
Hey!
might finally
Hey!
unseat me as Employee of the Month. I mean, I choose who gets it, so you won't. But you still did a great job.
Yeah, let's take a look. What's happening here? 1935. Expenses are 63. 42 on income tax. Interesting. So it is more than just... Wait, how does the math work here? $55. So there's a 10K difference. It's like 8. So scientist wages maybe actually are penalized separately? It looks like maybe the amenity running cost is factored out. So income tax plus amenity running cost is the 100% profit. No, not quite though, because this is per like minute. So, but like roughly, I don't know. Very weird. It's weird that like the numbers don't quite line up. And we're briefly profitable there, I think, before income tax like truly was a thing.
The dinosaurs are really no different from us when it comes to their emotional states. Comfortable dinosaurs are content dinosaurs, and content dinosaurs are more likely to thrive.
Shelter coming in.
Wow, you're pretty impressive to see in action. Maybe I should be making notes on you instead of the dinosaurs.
We need a hotel. Also, it's not like we can put it anywhere. I'm gonna wait until the expedition comes into process, I think. Really didn't leave myself any room for activities, did I?
Dig team, please report for dig site selection as the helicopter is standing by.
Guess we'll do Listro. Not in profit. Yeah, tell me about it, man. Trying to get all four. There we go.
Switching roles.
Your attention, please.
Security should be proactive first, instead of reactive to disaster later. From your recent performance, I think you understand that.
Alright. I mean, we're still afloat. Still technically a park that's succeeding, I guess, in the short term. Somehow... Oops. Somehow still going. Do we think if I can ever temporarily raise my earnings out of the negative, or is that one impossible? I think we do this one. We can slightly modify the galleys, and it probably counts.
Synthesis.
Maybe we should... Well, let's see. So we can get males. Okay, yeah, this is unmodded.
Incubation complete.
Need to do staff building. Yeah, it's basically just a park that is contract specific.
Ladies and
I should have
we are pleased to
hashed
welcome
these
the
first.
Brontosaurus to the park.
Yeah, it might actually be somewhat doable. Oops. We're making it longer than I kind of thought we would. And there's probably room for improvement over what we've done, too.
Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by. Incubation complete.
Shit. We take the publicity penalty. Oops, didn't mean to put that there. Hey, Funtime Bread Boy, welcome to the stream. Good incentive for a variety of species. Yeah, the photos. We should take more photos, too. Yeah, about 100K. Been a build anywhere mod yet? I think there is like free build mods. I think so. I haven't tested them though, so I don't know how well they work. Right, contract's done. We're gonna do nests. No, we're not, because I put you on rest. Yes, true. Back for Listrum then. Oh, man, I need way too much ground leaf. With all your trees. True. True, 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 true. Great. Just give this the worst possible view. It's not that bad.
Mimic, referring to the similarities that its neck vertebrae.
I'm gonna need maintenance. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of expected us to fail already. This might actually be viable. This will be very silly.
Taking back control.
Brilliant work. There's a reason we all rely on your expertise.
I wish it would automatically correct for the terrain height. Terrain too steep. Well, then fucking fix it. Oh yeah, but that's fine. Sure, whatever. All right, well... Yeah, contracts for amenities are probably good ones. Release any 2 dinosaurs. We'll save it for Listro. We should be able to get that out.
Please stand by for the returning helicopter. I'll fix up this damage, no problem.
I'm really gambling on this hotel here. Shit. How? How? How is it too steep? Explain, please. Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of the park.
Yeah, do babies count? Good question. Multiple nests. Hate that it goes back. I'm still missing some. We're just gonna still do this. Not in profit. Yes, thank you, video game. That's by design. Right, because we couldn't fit the last one in. We need to finish the contract, so it's not worth waiting any further.
Assets in range.
Profit minus 670. So it keeps, like, changing by small, weird amounts. See, now it is definitely mostly discounting us on scientist wages. Fascinating. I think this is technically winnable. We might try this for real next week.
Incubation complete. Prepare asset for release.
The contract should have not completed because they aren't dinosaurs. That would have been funny.
You're making a name for yourself, and by association, you're making a name for this park. Good work.
Alright. 4 Hermanos, 5 Galley. Dracorex could work as a starter, maybe, yeah. Increase size of largest territory to 11. This is a freebie. That should just happen once the eggs hatch. Let's get another animal. Or maybe I just keep digging up what we got. I thought we would be at the limit with the Listros, right? Or do they actually like... They only like micro. So yeah, we can add micro. Listro is just a bad animal to use in general in this kind of park. Oh, we're almost broke. We need those eggs to hatch. 20 seconds, 1 minute. I think logically we would want to do expeditions by which ones give us the most fossils. like most valuable fossils. Alright, there goes the contract.
You ever heard of a keystone species? It's one that has a disproportionate impact on their ecosystem compared to other organisms. You, my friend, are this company's keystone species.
Like with the base game settings, this is pretty doable. We're already 9% of the way essentially. This is really silly that this is not that bad. Marga might be pretty good. We'll have to plan out the start. We'll have to figure out a really good single herbivore enclosure that we can make that will like provide a lot of money really quickly with the Jeep so that we can always just do some pictures like constantly quickly. I feel like ceratopsians are probably going to be the thing to do. This is my gut instinct, like Styrac and friends. We're back over $1 million. We're down to like 100K at one point. We'll have to make like saves, and we'll have to start like a tally for how many times we failed and had to reload. We'll do this. This is gonna be the park build next week. I like this. Let's do the contract first. Researching carnivores. Small car and dig 1. Oh, shoot. I was thinking this was small carns. This is tiny carns. Fuck that. 3 different species. Easy. So easy.
I hope you have some talent when it comes to photography, because it's about to be put to the test.
Security should be proactive first, instead of reactive to disaster later. From your recent performance, I think you understand that.
Oh, there's Tiny. Or 5 minutes disease free. 5 minutes is actually a long time to sit on a contract, but this is probably not great either, actually.
Wow, you're pretty impressive to see in action. Maybe I should be making notes on you instead of the dinosaurs.
Mistral claimed.
I'm on it.
And basically, we probably just don't put out anything beyond an initial wave of animals unless we are pushing out appeal or we have a contract. We just like do like one potential clutch for each. Give them the capability to breed. Yeah, we probably want them breeding so that they can replace each other like over generations. They'll help build appeal too.
over here.
How many carnivores do you think the park will have? Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably put something in just to have it. Woo! Protoceratops. Holy shit. We gotta do ceratopsians. That's insane. That comes with a $1 million rebate.
Attention personnel. Please stand by for the returning helicopter.
Well, the moment we run into anything we need medical for, we're gonna probably just stop because there's no place left to like build anything in this little shitty corner. Where that? Yeah, this will be an interesting test of things. What a good spot to deal with a hurricane. There goes disease free. We get a new contract.
You're making a name for yourself, and by association,
Achieve above
you're making a
15
name for this
appeal.
park.
What?
Good work.
Did I get this because I shut the park down? So I'd have 0 appeal? I mean, this one's worth almost as much. Yeah, maybe like a large carnivore to finish the park could be something.
Assuming control.
Have a revenue of 105. That probably works.
Security should be proactive first, instead of reactive to disaster later. From your recent performance, I think you understand that.
Cover until the hurricane has passed.
Did that rock just spontaneously appear? Did you see that? Did that rock appear when the buggy drove past it? Well, anyway, that's going to be the end of the park because I'm not dealing with the medical stuff. But we can at least get through this.
We're getting reports that some of the animals are experiencing heightened levels of stress. If the dinosaurs are on edge, it's only a matter of time until our guests are too. Let's get this under control.
Asset collection request received.
Ladies and gentlemen, of anomalous events.
Transportation underway. Has been completed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Revenue 83.
has now passed. Please
Yeah,
resume your
we're just running off this backup generator and it's like fine. Like this is probably an optimization too. If it's going to take maintenance costs or like upkeep costs are going to come out before income tax applies, then having a real power generator is going to be pretty good actually. Yeah, it's crazy. We're already over a star. We've like never dipped into the red. We have 2,500,000. Like that's insane. This is not bad at all. Like we're on our 4th species without ever being profitable. That's crazy.
On the way for that repair job.
Did these guys actually not get hurt permanently? Like there's actually no disease markers. They might have got over their injuries naturally. Crazy. 4 species.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Microceratus to the park.
So Sitico didn't seem to drop anything. I'm mostly just curious if we can finish this contract here. Maybe 3K rev. Paths and shops are the problem, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, we're just not at the level yet for upgraded paths. Yeah, we're just at path capacity.
I'm on it.
Wow! At this rate, we'll need to add home to the world's most efficient park manager to the brochure. Nicely done.
Have the normal requirement of 12 or the modern one is 17. I think we'll do normal. I think I'm gonna... The meta narrative of this park is going to be that this game is an easy game for babies. So we're going to leave the settings. We're not modding anything other than income tax. Okay, that did help path capacity, but we're still capped. Okay, there's some actual disease happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our magnificent animals.
Nearly 2 stars. Easy. Complete an expedition. Or photo that's worth more.
Objective feels like a pretty formal word, but I think
The
we
fuck?
should try and get this done.
Why'd it come up twice? The fuck? Okay, well, there's wide path. I think my contract deleted itself. Unfortunate. That was an interesting bug. Came up twice and then disappeared. Yeah, I think we're gonna just min-max like a single like ceratopsian enclosure. And then throw in like Draco and Leo or something. And see where that gets us. What is this contract I have? Any 7 modified. Oops.
We have a sick animal that requires immediate care. If this happened in the wild, it could be in real trouble. But here we can help.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Lystrosaurus to
You don't even think we need to go all in on ceratopsians? No, probably not. It's just kind of lazy. Well, that's over 2 stars. That's crazy. We're gonna wrap it up here. I think we're gonna end the stream. But we do this for real next week. Pay for access to a juvenile dinosaur? You bet. You betcha. There you go. Have fun. There's largest path available too. Wait, we're profitable? How'd that happen? How did we become profitable? I think it just hasn't caught up. Oh yeah, we've been like sporadically profitable here. So we can like outrace income tax and make a little bit of money, it looks like too. Yeah, I think what we'll do maybe is we'll check what they do with Draco's cohab if they make any changes to it, and maybe we can build an herbivore exhibit around what works well with Draco and go from there. But yeah, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching the stream. Thanks to anybody else watching the stream of the VOD. We'll see.